So you've just gotten your custom-made pair of Retired tire sandals. This is actually the first pair I ever made. And you're wondering to yourself, how do I tie these? Well, this, my friend, is for you. The first and most important step is getting the tension right for the heel and toe straps. So the tension that you put on the heel strap will adjust whether your foot sits more forward or more backwards. And the reason why that's important is because once your foot is in the sandal, and this is all being filmed by me, so I apologize, it'll affect if there's any tension in between your toes. And if you're like me, and most people, you don't like things in between your toes. And so we're going to want to have that heel strap loose enough so that your foot, or the webbing in between your toes, isn't being jammed into the strap, but tight enough so that it's not slipping down your heel. And so I purposefully messed up the tension of this sandal so I could show you how to tension it to what you like. And eventually, after you tie them a couple times, you'll get to know what you like. And so, without further ado, let's get on to that. I'm going to see if this works. You are now sitting on top of the table. So, in order to adjust the tension here, you have to take slack from the heel and pull it up through. So, just pull that out, get as much as you need, and then take more slack and adjust the heel. Oh, and this is a common problem that, well, not a problem, but if your sandal is like this, then all you have to do is take this back lace, put it underneath the heel strap and out. And then you'll have what it should be. And it should be the same thing on the other side. The strap should be coming down and back up through and underneath. And if it's not that way, then you can simply fix it. Alright, now we're moving on. So now we just trial and error. Okay, that's pretty good. And you want to have plenty of excess here. At least, well, I mean, it's all personal preference really, but so you don't take my words as infallible. This is just what I prefer, personally. So you just take what you need. And okay. So now you see I have enough to go just about there. And now we're going to begin the actual tying process. And if you're like me, sometimes it takes a bit of figuring out. But I'm pretty sure it goes like this. First we want to make a double half hitch knot. Just pull it kind of snug. And so to do that, you want to take your cord and then tuck it underneath what is called the toe strap. Although I don't really like that term because it implies that you're strapping down the toes, and that's the total opposite point of these sandals. And then you're going to want to pull the excess towards your ankle and then back underneath the toe strap. This is tricky because the first time we went over and under, but now we're going under and over and then back through this loop here. And we're going to want to leave this fairly loose because in a second, I'll take the sandal off so you can see. But the next step, you see there's a gap here. you're going to want to take your excess and follow it down and then just into this little gap and through, and then around the heel. Because normally when you tie a sandal, it's on your foot, but in many cases, this is easier when it's off. And you see our little hole there. Just through. And then replace it on your foot. And so right now, everything is loose. We haven't, well, not terribly loose, but it shouldn't be very tight. So now you want to cinch down. Oh, no, my bad. See, it doesn't matter if you make mistakes. It's just if you correct them or not. And so if you kept these loose, now we're going to pass this through these holes here. I don't know how well you can see that. My hands are probably blocking it all, but you'll get the gist of it once you see the after effect. And so that's how it is. You cinch that down. Let's see. And you just want to adjust the tension so it's nice. Follow it all the way around. I don't have a personal camera person, so you'll have to deal with it. Okay, now we have our tension right. I like it so that you can easily get a finger under there. Because if you do it too tight, then blisters become a thing. And your lace will probably be, I don't know, maybe about a foot longer than this one. This is an old lace. And so the next step is we're going to tie up the excess cordage. And so once you have the tension where you like it, like this is where we set the tension. So you're going to take your excess and pull it underneath the strap that's closest to the inside of your body. And then make a loop. And then take your excess and go through the loop. And then pull it tight. And then you're just going to do that again and again until all the excess is done. And that's another reason why this is shorter, so the video doesn't have to be super long. So you want to go underneath, and then pull it back, and go through the loop, pull it tight, and then through, and then all the way until you're done. So under, back, through the loop, pull tight, and there you go. That's how you tie, well, no, that's how I prefer to tie my Huarache sandals. And so this way they can be slipped on and off pretty easily. And I also like it, again, personal preference, so that when you shake it, they're loose, floating underneath your feet. And one last thing to take into consideration, all of the weight from the sandal is being held on this ankle strap and the heel strap. And so you don't want any pressure, well, I mean, in between your toes. Like, that's just floating. And so that's how you prevent things like blisters. Because from trial and error, I have gotten blisters, and it's just, you just want a comfortable experience. All right, well, this is Retired Rubber Co., and I hope you enjoy your sandals.